Sam, do you think that the Gen Z are ready for leadership, or they are anywhere near close to that thing called leadership? Because, I mean, this is the change that we want.
But Gen Zs are being Gen Zs. I mean, this is a generation, a transitional generation. They don't want to lead, and they don't want to be led by corrupt, quote unquote, people. But if you ask me that we can have a country that is led by Gen Zs, I'll be lying to you. Kila kitu inakuanga na entry level, by the way. Everything, every, I don't know how I should put it, but lazima kila kitu iko na entry level so that you can acquire skills on how to lead, foreign policy. There are so many things. Once you become president, Kita, if you're president today, you realize that there are so many things that you need to do, to take care of, that you need an introduction to first at a lower level. So you cannot come out of class from university and then you want to be president of the Republic of Kenya, especially where we have high octane politics almost all the time. You must acquire some skills for you to lead better. Venye Mjala alisema lazima ukuwe na measurable, you're targeting at something and how to get it, the outcomes, tuzione. So being president, ukiuliza nani anaitwa the current president, if you ask him how has it been so far, he'll tell you he wasn't ready for this thing. Leading a country like Kenya that has so many people that have gone to school, they don't have jobs. Even besides being corrupt, there are some skills that one needs to unlock the economic potential of a country like Kenya that should work around the money economy. We don't have natural resources. We don't have oils, for example, like the Middle East countries that we can sell. I mean, it needs something, some form of leadership that is unique, deliberate, passionate to unlock that. So if you tell me today that if we give a Gen Z...
No, Sam, we have natural resources. What happened?
We don't have... Which ones are those? Can you quantify them?
No.
Which ones are they?
Justice, come on. I did ask you a question. You ran. When I asked Sam, you've come and you started interrupting.
No, Sam is
good. Let Sam
finish,
and then you can come in. Come in. Sam, let Sam finish, then you come in.
But I
want to tell them that we do have natural resources.
What are those?
They were never revealed to us.
If they were never revealed, how did you know? How did you know that now that they were not revealed to you, Justice? How did you know that we have them?
They have started giving us where we have the natural resources. We have minerals, we have everything.
Where are the minerals? Except for the gold that we talk about in Migori, the lower belt, the Nyanza belt region. How much gold do we make out of that place?
We don't make it because, anyway, let me not do that because we do have resources.
No, do it, Justice Mokaya. You guys are Mokwapo.
I know Mokaya.
Yeah, so why are you saying let me not do it? Do it. Are you going to be that leader that now we are starting?
No,
you are undecided.
No.
You sound like you're undecided.
Gold mines tukonazo in Bungoma. We have so much minerals. It's only that we have been very skeptical about exposing where the resources are. Okay? So the answer is yes. Do we have resources? Yes, we do. Have we been exploiting people without this coming out openly? The answer is yes. So we have mineral resources. We do have mineral resources.
Justice, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
You don't speak from the skies. But I want you to give me this is a document. It has been tabled somewhere in Parliament or wherever forum that is, and it says that this is how much gold we have. This is if we mine it 90% to perfection. This is how much money we can make. We will realize as things are now. We cannot count on gold as a country, honestly speaking?
No, guess what happened?
Tell
You,
me,
my brother.
Justice.
No, let me tell you this. This is something you and me can deal with it because, and I want Mujala to also chime in on this. So wakati waliweka huyu jamaa anaitwa what's the name of the guy in mining guy? The guy from it was the Mombasa governor. What's the name?
Salim Vuria I mean Joe, whatever. Joe
Joe.
is he on
So
mining or something?
Joe, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So what happened? Akona report alipeana about where do we have mine in Kenya. So he has given that report in the court, including alipeana kwa bunge. So what I'm telling you, Sam, we have minerals in Kenya. The only problem we have is that ilikuwa watu wajinga ndio walikuwa wanatukula pesa zetu. Yes, the answer is do we have minerals in Kenya? We do. Where are they? We have to talk about it. So the answer is yes, we have minerals.
Just to add on Justice's point, Sam, if you realize something, I did not even know this, that apparently Unona Lake Magadi is still under ownership of the people of the Brits. The Brits still have ownership of Lake Magadi and the product that is being produced there. Man, I did not even believe this. So we have a lot of minerals, nini, all these things. It's just as the ownership. That's why nilikuuliza. And you talk about you need skills before jaingia into leadership. Now, quick question. The skills that Ibrahim Traore, because now you see that Ibrahim Traore has been he's ruling Burkina Faso. Have you seen that the gold mines have gone back to Burkina Faso people, the Burkina Bay people? So I want to ask you, what leadership skills did he have all of a sudden so that he can be suitable for the Nini?
Kita, if you're talking about Traore, before becoming president, I mean, what was he before that? He was a military official. I didn't know. I don't know.
I was about
Yeah,
to
he
ask
was.
you that. It was a
So for how
military
long? For how long was he there? But
I
now,
mean, I would have to
for
go
people,
and get his Nini.
for people around him to trust him with that position, he exhibited some unique traits for him to be trusted with other generals, to be a leader.
That's true.
You must exhibit some character traits that are unique to convince your fellow military men to support you to lead a country. It's not just like that. You see him at the far end, at the tail end, when everything has been done at the backstage, behind the curtains. So people must be ready to get into entry-level politics, get into political parties, learn how a political party is managed, learn how a country is to run. You must have some basic things. You can't just come out. Morara cannot just come out and be president. It doesn't work that way.
No, it's not going to be president. I have.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah,
People,
but what I'm telling you, Sam, Kenya has minerals. I wish you can.
Just as I agree. Until you give me a document, read it. You have your phone.
I will.
Download it.
I will share with you.
Yes, please.
No, not right now because I don't have.
You have internet. You have internet. You have everything.
Read it. I'll get that information. I will share with you.
JM, you're better served to talk about the ones we know. Just talk about hizi tunajua kama akina majani, akina kahawa, akina pareto, those things we know. So if you can talk about that, for example, you can talk about the game reserves and how they're managed by the British families. You can talk about things like that. The way, so you can still make your point without talking about this hypothetical rumor.
You know what I say? I'm not substantiating until I get my answer for Sam.
Right.
I can.
So, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. So you, as someone who's going to be a leader, you can use facts that we all know right now to make your point.
I'll give it. I'll share that information once I pull it up and I have information. So, so I cannot, because Sam is a scholar, so he knows me. I cannot give anything that I don't have. So I can substantiate.
That means
so
for the sake of this discussion, because we're having a very good intellectual discussion, let's strike that point, because it's
yes. So that one hold it on until I get the information.
All right.
Yes. So I cannot substantiate. I have to get the information, then I can share with you and Sam. So can you proceed something else?
Yeah, that's fine. So I was telling Keita that people need to acquire skills, and I still remain on that. Any leader you see around, they have come from somewhere. Hata you Obama, watu wanasema that he became a leader. He was a community mobilizer, a community leader.
And senator.
No, and a senator. So he started long before he became president. He started on the lower level. He knew that he wanted to be president. He went for law school for some reason to equip himself with the legalists around how to the bills and everything. It's all about law. So people must be ready. Young people must be ready to learn from these rogue people that we have around. People who are in political parties. For example, Sifuna is in a political party. He's been a secretary general of a major political party. He has learned. I'm not saying he's doing everything right, but he has learned on how to run a political party as secretary general. If you give him a bigger assignment from where he is now, I can trust him to deliver better than somebody who has not exposed themselves to some of these things. So it's a learning experience.
With Sam, I don't talk to Mujadala jokingly. I don't talk to you jokingly. There are people I can talk as a banter.
JM, let me talk to wait. JM, let me talk to Sam. Sam, there is William Kwakwamba. Wait, 1 second. No, because he's telling something wrong here. You see, Dedan Kimathi, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Sankara, Joseph Stalin, Fidel Castro, Wangari Maathai's mother, Nelson Mandela. Those are all leaders who never went to school and they were very good. So what's your point?
What are you saying? I mean, Mandela never went to school?
I said Mandela's father, who was a leader of the community. So do you mean that? Wait,
hold on, Akuku. You're making a very dangerous statement. Pull up a story one at a time. Read through.
Nelson Mandela's father was called Gadla Henry Mwakisiwa.
So what did he do?
He was a chief with no Western schooling and a local leader.
He was a chief. I'm not talking about Western education.
Listen. What about Fidel Castro? What about Joseph Stalin?
Pull up that story and read it through.
What about Joseph Stalin?
People.
What I'm trying to tell you is this. Sam, listen, Sam. You cannot come here and say that Gen Z must have some policy, I don't know what and what. No, we know what is right and wrong. You just stop the corruption and you are in.
Which story do you want us to discuss? Which personality do you want us to talk about? And what did they do? You have a phone. Pick it up. Wherever source you want to go through.
Sam, you came
I'm not talking about
us. You said Obama, I don't know who they had to go through formal schooling to become leaders.
You are getting me wrong, Akuku.
Wait.
Akuku, hold on. You're prosecuting a wrong point. I am saying you can acquire some skills, leadership skills. It's not about Western education or anything. Those are your words. I'm saying you must be present to acquire some skills to lead. The people you are talking about here had a setting to acquire those skills. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that you have to be in a formal class. I haven't talked about education. I've talked about a setting that will equip you with the necessary skills to deal with people, to convince people, to lead people, to make policies, prosecute your policies, draft
so
bills.
Marara cannot be president. Marara cannot be president based on your barometer, right?
Who is that? Marara, who is? I haven't said he cannot be president. He hasn't been tuned to be president. Honestly speaking, even if you give him president today, he cannot make a president. You know, some things have to be. I mean,
Sam, wait, based on you or what? Give me those checkpoints, please. Give me those checkpoints.
Mark,
so I can know. Just wait, JM, wait. I want Sam to substantiate and list all those points that does not qualify him. Then we can discuss. Thank you.
I'm going to say that in one statement. Murara cannot make a president of the Republic of Kenya because he hasn't acquired leadership skills that he can lead a country like Kenya. He hasn't.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Just a moment.
Just
a moment, Sam. The sense of acquiring leadership skills. I mean, these skills are forever. They're things you acquire along the way. So when does a leader, for example, a Gen Z young leader, when does he know he's acquired enough skills to be a leader? I mean, what's the quantitative measure to know that this person has acquired set skills to be the leader? Because, I mean, we are seeing Ruto being president in his late years. No, he was not, when he was there fighting back, he was fighting the government. He was not a leader yet. I mean, he was not primed to be a leader. But now he is a leader. Now he is the leader of the country. Contrary to Ibrahim Traore, who is at a younger age and he is the leader. So carry on from there. Because you said a leader must have acquired so set skills to be able to be a leader. Now, how do you measure the quantitative? What is the quantitative measure to say that, okay, this leader has acquired these skills, so we can let him be a leader? I see Jadala's hand up.
Yes, allow me to express Sam's point, because I think that you and Akuku are both missing the point. Even in this space, we have asked young leaders a very basic thing, like, tell us about yourself. This person cannot even introduce themselves. That's a leadership skill. You have to have a public speaking skills. Those are the skills Sam is talking about. Very basic things like that. The other day, recently, as when the KTN interview happened with Maraga, he was given an opportunity to speak. And I have to tell you, based on public speaking skills, based on what we know about charisma, he was not charismatic, or his speech was not compelling. That's just basic things that you can use public speaking parameters to weigh the way Maraga spoke. Now, can he be better? Yes, because listen, then it's my point.
Mujadala, I asked.
Mujadala.
No, I asked.
Justice, ngoja kwanza mjadala malize kuongea.
Utaongea tu. Hakuna mbio, beba tu mkono. And then, if you want to, for example, measure his impact, he was asked a question like, for example, introduce yourself to Kenyans. His first response was this: first of all, I want to send risala za rambirambi nini. No, bwana. Yes, we know that tunatuma risala za rambirambi kwa watu wenye wameuawa na watu wenye wameumia. Yes. But as a public, you've been given an opportunity to speak to a question, very specific question. You as a leader, that's a skill you have to learn. You have to learn how to articulate and respond to a question you've been given by a journalist. In fact, even sports people, they have to go through training to learn how to speak to the media. Okay? To have these things in them. That's okay. But the majority of young people need to be taught on basic things. Like, for example, I'll give you another example. Billy. Another example is Billy. The other day, he was tweeting things and speaking poorly about things. And some people pulled him to the side and told him, yo, the way you're quoting and speaking is not a leadership trait. Those are the learning curves that he has to learn. Can he change? Yes, he can change and he can learn. And this is the point why I made it earlier, that right now, if I put Makore to debate any of these young people about any issue, yes, he will have ODM lenses on, but he will articulate his point better. Why? because he has a better public speaking skill. He has a better knowledge of what's going on in Kenya. He has a better knowledge of presenting himself. Even the way he dresses is part of leadership, believe it or not. So these are the things that Sam is talking about. So we are not saying here that young people cannot lead. But what Sam and I are saying, and I agree with Sam, is that there are teachable skills that some young people do not have. And this is true. And I've given examples here of young people that we know from these movements, and the data is available online, that have just done a misstep after misstep after misstep after misstep that a seasoned leader cannot do. Now, am I excusing seasoned leaders? No. If you've been in this debate since I've been here, I've said that even seasoned leaders, most of them do not have these skills. Okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, Justice, I see your hand is up.
Please,
And Justice,
please, I need to talk about this.
okay, go ahead.
When Makoro was here, and he can attest to this. I asked him to talk to Mujadala because I wanted him to know how public space in the US works. Okay, I asked him. He knows. He has my number. He has my record. I wrote to him. Nikamwambia talk to Mujadala. My friend, this guy, what's the name? The Kisi guy, what's the name? Leo, what's the name of the Kisi guy?
Morara.
Are you talking about
Morara.
Morara?
So Morara, I've listened to him. I have listened to him. Nikamwambia, talk to people who are doing public space talking. Okay. So he wrote to me back. He did, which is good because he wrote to me. Both of them have written to me, by the way. So my answer to you, what Mujadala is telling you is that yes, you have to understand how do you talk to media, how do you understand this, how do you respond. My answer to you is yes. I have written to both of them. They know my record. They have written to me back, and they know that you don't just talk for shit. You have to know how this works. So for me, when you guys think that I listen to Mujadala and then my what's the other guy? Yeah. So I listen to these people. Mujadala is recorded, is smart. So please, I have listened to that. They know my story. Kira, I've listened to these people. Do you know who the other person that I know personally, one-on-one, is Sam Mokaya, the guy here. He knows me. Is yeah. So I'm not you're not gonna mess me up. Okay, I'm done.
I think as a Gen Z, I would take that leadership very fast. I will acquire those said skills, some, as I go on. Luanda Magere was just right here. I think such said skills are acquired as you go on. You can never really have a quantitative measure and say that now you have acquired said skills, you are ready for such position. No. It is something that is always continuous. That is something that is always continuous.
Keita, yes. But however, yes, what you're saying is true, and I agree. But however, I can tell when you're not ready. Do you agree with that or no?
Yes, you can tell when someone is really not primed. You can tell. Honorable Shem, why have you dropped? Anyway, you can really tell when someone is not yet primed to be a leader, because there are certain skills that we can agree on that present leadership to be favorable to the guy who's coming in for leadership. So if this person does not have set skills, we can say, huyu bado. No, he's yet to season in some more. So I do agree with you, Mujadala, but you can never have a quantitative measure and say that, okay, Wardaka or Kim or Paul or Sam or even Leo has acquired so said skills, so we will now allow them. It is not something that is like you can say, okay, it's like a course. So when the course is over, you've acquired the certificate. Now you are ready for such position. No, leadership is something that is ongoing. And if you trust me, Traore has more to learn. It's just that I think Traore had
we are getting
JM, hold on.
It's fine. Go ahead.
I think Traore had the bravado and the genuine interest of the people so that he could be in that position. Traore had the bravado. It is the bravado of Traore and the genuineness towards the people of Burkina Bay. I mean, the guy, as soon as he got in, challenged foreign powers, something that has not been seen in a while in Africa. Challenge foreign powers. So now the gold of Burkina Bay belongs to the people of Burkina Bay. Why? Because of the bravado of one man. Trust me, that leader who was before, not even a leader, that politician who was before Traore could not do it. Why? Because when these other so-called leaders and their politicians, they in bed with the foreign powers, they are seeing it on a self-interest perspective. So it is what I gain for self. And people will see that you're just a fuckery person in the short while. We will see that Uyum too is there not for the interest of just like we saw when Ruto alianza kusema, he got in there for what reasons? Very simple. Aliingia hapo akisema nini? Mama mboga, motorcycle rider, mentioning all these people. But now when we see through your workings, I mean, come on. And this is a person that has gone to DC. It is not the inner works. Again, let me tell you, even wisdom is acquired with time. You can never really say this person is that seasoned, so they are now ready. But there are things we can say. Wait. JM, I will drop you. There are things, there are qualities and values that we can say that this person is at least primed to be in that sphere of leadership. So, Sam, go ahead. And then JM, you'll come in. Relax.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Kita.
We are here for a long time.
Yeah, Kita, I was reminding you, you've spoken about Traore a number of times. I don't know whether you are forgetting that Traore, he led a military coup. Leading a military coup to overthrow a president. Do you know what that means? It takes so much. It takes a lot of organizing. It takes a lot of intellectual ability to do that. We tried it in 1982 in Kenya. It didn't work. He led a military coup successfully. And in fact, as he is president, as he is leading that country now, there is another gentleman, I don't know what his name is, he's after his life. So he's under surveillance all the time. So don't look at things at the end. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. Are young people ready to sit on the planning table? Acquire these skills. Traore was a university student. In fact, if you can do a quick search somewhere, he must have been involved somewhere. He gives me an example of Babu Owino. Babu Owino did just come from nowhere and became member of parliament for Embakasi East. He was a university student leader for a long time. It takes a lot of planning to win a seat at the University of Nairobi. So these are things, convincing people, that is one. Knowing which buttons to press at what point is another thing. It is not a joke to be president of the Republic of Kenya. Even being president of any organization is not a joke. Even the lady Odhiambo, I mean, what's her name? The current Law Society of Kenya. Faith. The lady took a lot of planning. She traversed the country convincing lawyers to vote for her. It is not a joke to be a leader of any organization. So that's what I'm talking about. Are people ready to listen to what other people are saying? They shouldn't say that they know everything. They can be corrected. They can correct, convince people to trust you. By the way, to be voted for, you walk into the minds of the people. To convert me, Kita, from being your friend to being your voter, it takes just more than knowing me. It's no joke in between. Thank you, Kita.
No, Sam, don't go away. Just yet. Now, we want new leadership. So where is this new leadership supposed to come from? If you guys have said we are not ready for that shit. Because I've listened to JM, Jadala. You guys are saying not even Makoure or Morara or whatever is primed for that position. I mean, there begs a question.
Kita, Kenya is big. New leaders will emerge. There are people who are undergoing this training as we speak. There are people who are learning on how to take a political seat. And those people are not among the people that I see here holding and ranting and abusing people online here for no reason. These political parties, for example, there's a lady from Kisii, anaitwa Kenyuri. A silent girl we never knew.
Annoying
Yes.
person.
Very. We didn't know her. We only saw her name being read as
he didn't show up for my she didn't show up for my
the lady was preparing herself. She was being strategic. So people will come. These political parties that you see here, of course, they are not as good as we want them to be. But these political parties and other independent minds are preparing for political power, but not the way I see other people do. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh, I'm co-host. You just said that we don't even think Makore. When I opened my sentiments, I said Makore is way ahead of the other young people in this country. Because
why do you think Makore is way ahead?
Okay, I'll list to you. You've been asking and saying that quantifying a leader is difficult, but I don't think it is. It's actually very easy. I don't know if you know this about me, Keita. I've interviewed Babu Owino, I've interviewed Faith Odhiambo, I've interviewed so many leaders, both sitting and young, right? Both older and young age. And I can always tell you by the first or two sentences that they utter, I can already tell you which one has an IQ for leadership, which one does not, which one is half-baked, which one is very baked. Easy. Why? You've asked me about Makore. Makore, even during the Mandamano, when he was still in favor of the young people, the people were still favorable to him, he emerged. Nobody knew Makore until when the Mandamano was happening. You know, he emerged. And every single time there was a microphone in his face, he spoke so articulately, like the whole Kenya liked this guy. The whole of Kenya, if young, old, whatever, you liked this guy. And if you are in the leadership position, you are afraid of him because of exactly how well spoken he was about those issues. You understand? And yes, you can say, "Oh, I'm a Jipox, yes, he's a leader. What do you want him to do? Like sit in the back and then wait for someone else to go to the TV? No, he has to be that person. He has to be that person that goes and speaks. And that is what leadership is. If he comes to this space right now, as we speak, there will be about 300 or 3,000 people joining just because of him.
No, Makore, don't forget, Makore is popular.
Okay,
the fact that he is popular, he's not even famous. He's popular,
but that is a point.
So that is the thing.
A leader needs to be popular. That's a point. That's one of the measuring points.
A leader does not need to be popular. Traore was not popular before he led the coup.
What are you talking about?
He was known as a military. No.
This is what some has been.
JM wait.
Yes.
JM wait.
Keta, thank you for the
Mute your mic.
There's a reason why I'm having you talk to.
Mjadala continue. JM wait.
This is what some has been telling you. Even in the military, you cannot carry a coup without being popular, my friend. You cannot. Even within the military, you cannot amass the numbers to carry out a coup. If you're not popular, you have to be a popular general to do it. Some general mwenye kuku vitu ni heavy. Kwani unafikiria kwa ranking ya Traore kukuwa na wengine wenye perpendicular to him ama on the side of him? They were, but they could not. Why? Because he was the most popular. He was the one who people would listen to. So yes, a leader has to be popular. Okay? So you telling me that he's just popular? No. He's very popular, Makore. Number two, a leader has to have traits within them. One, charisma. Makore is very charismatic. Whether he speaks for DM or he speaks for whoever, whether he speaks for himself, he's very charismatic. Okay? Number three, a leader has to have some other traits that ukionawa wengine hawana. This guy plays these 4 instruments. You can already tell he's intelligent. That alone is convincing. You see that he's an intelligent guy. You just, by virtue of him doing all these other things, you see that he's very intelligent. Number 4, and very important, he has done what Sam and I have been telling you. He has said, you know what? Hapa kwa vijana, if you heard him speak, he says that aliangalia hivi akona watu wanaleta jokes, wanataka kuiba pesa ya mchango. He has said that. Now, he might be lying, I don't know, but I'll take him at his word. And so he decided to join a formal organization that has been in structure for a very long time. I'm just speaking facts here. I'm just speaking from a perspective of quantifying, like you asked us, Keita, which is a good question. He joined one of the most successful parties in East and Central Africa, not only Kenya, East and Central Africa. You understand? So he joined it. And this party just happens to have one of the most...
we are the best. We are the best party ever. We are the best party ever.
So he joined that organization, and this party just happens to have one of the most popular and most successful politician, Raila Odinga, from when Kenya got independence. So all these things are working to what his name's advantage. And last but not least, I told you, Keita, presentation matters. This guy's English is impeccable. This guy's Shang is impeccable. This guy's Kiswahili is impeccable. This guy's Guvatu is impeccable. So, utamshinda wapi? Asante sana.
Can I begin my chance? Can I talk for a second?
No. We'll come to you. Okay. We'll come to you. Just relax. Now, Sam. I see Hosi is here. What's up, Hosi? And I invited Ward Dhako because I saw Ward Dhako giving hundreds when we were talking about Makoure. You know, I tell you, we would rather support. Even now, we know Morara is like, we don't even know where he stands. But I will tell you something. Makoure, we already know that his interests are not with the people. Ward Dhako, I don't know what you are talking about there. Makoure's interest. I mean, we saw when the guy came in, he came in bravado in very fast, as if he was presenting the people. But over time went, we saw that he was even being bought by the party. So we already know he's a sellout. I mean, Gen Zs, we are that fast to already recognize that this guy came in pretending that he had the interest of the people at heart. Now we saw that, with due time, jamaa amenunuliwa, he's been bought. So even I was asking, that's why we were there, where new leadership. And then, you know, Mjadala came in echoing how eloquent Makoure. We don't give a fuck how eloquent, sorry, mind my language. We don't care how much eloquent Makoure is. He can be as eloquent as he wants. We already know that his interest is not with the majority of the people. Not even the Gen Z. I mean, that guy is deplorable. We see you with due time. We already know you're a sellout. Sellout 101. I mean, even when Raila was there, I mean, we are not even afraid to call Raila a sellout. When ladies know, Gen Z now, you have made that Gen Z very angry. I don't want to now ninasikia ni kama pepo. Mjadala, continue, let me compose
and
myself.
That right there, Keita, is your problem. Do you understand?
No, I did not say I want to be a leader. Hey, relax. Hey, I'm just Gen Z.
That right there is the error. That you think by me saying Makore is eloquent means that I'm standing for him or thinking that he's going to win. No, I'm just answering your question, what's good. Wait, Gen Z yote kiekwa. And this, I said this very clearly. Gen Z yote kiekwa na Makore side. Tuseme any sell out. First of all, I'll ask you later, nikimaliza, you'll answer me, how did he sell you out? But the point here is, eloquence is in this case. Nilisema, and I hope that you are listening, because this is again a trick that I think many millennials don't, Gen Zs don't have. You don't listen. I said, Makore hata kama naongea kuhusu mama yake. Do you understand? Hata kama naongea kuhusu ODM, he's eloquent. Eloquence means you can dictate and communicate your point very succinctly and very clearly. Do you understand? So his selloutness, regardless, I was answering the question of why a good leader. A good leader has to be eloquent and a good orator. That is just facts. Okay? So after we come at Gen Z, what I'm trying to say is this. Most Gen Zs who are in leadership do not have eloquence. They don't have good communication skills. Kama wewe hukunielewa, wewe umesharuka. Kwa sababu nimesema die ni saint. No, I didn't say any saint. I said, you asked me what are the qualities of a good leader, and I told you the qualities of a good leader are being seen in Makore, vis-a-vis all the other young people. And that's just facts. I'm not, since the time I come saying kwa debe ndampigia kura. No. What I'm saying is, I'm answering your question without bias. Okay? So, demonstrate sahi Keita. In fact, that's another cancer that's plaguing this movement. Just kwa sababu mtu alifanya uamuzi wake, sasa mmemcancel. Yeye ni sell out. Umeshamsoma, yeye ni sell out. So, as I learn to give other people opportunity to speak, please explain to me eloquently, communicate very clearly how Makore betrayed you as Keita. Did you vote for him? Did you give him the mandate? Did you give him an office? If those answers all are no, leaderless, then how did he betray you? Asante sana.
Yeah, Mjadala, you are landing heavy on us. I see you are supporting Makore.
No,
it's okay, it's okay. No. I mean, you've echoed the guy's sentiments, Mjadala. Is that right?
No, I'm just speaking facts. Mimi in Kenya, and I'm just speaking facts. I don't support Makore. I'm just speaking facts.
Do you think Makore is ready for, if Makore was given that leadership of being the president, how do you think? Because, I mean, some did say you have to acquire sausage skills. So do you think Makore has sausage skills to be that leader of the president of Kenya?
No, first of all, answer.
I mean, because you are routing for him.
No, but he's not ready for president level. But you still haven't answered me. You still haven't answered me how you think Makore is the movement.
No. I mean, if you see, let's talk about the longevity of the movement. When Makore came in, I mean, he came in saying that, but we didn't even know that he was a tailored guy until the story of the suits started coming out, of him having the suti mingi. And we started knowing that, this is, you cannot manufacture yourself to be a leader. I mean, don't be a fake one. We'll just figure you out over time. This is not something that is new to the Gen Z. Even when Raila changed his stance, it doesn't matter. The rich, the poor, Gen Z, we all resonated as one. Tukasema huyu mtu ni nini? He sell out. Let me tell you, is it hard to figure out when someone changes their stance from the interest of the people to self? Raila has displayed it 101. I mean, even this. I mean, governor wa Nairobi, very mature. Very mature. The things that you've seen amefanya, whenever kumwaga nini mbele ya when I start to bring it, these are not the qualities of leaders that we need. So when we talk about ushering new leadership, let me tell you one thing, the boldness and the bravado and the interest. Let me tell you, all the other things, the policies, they cannot be abolished. Let me tell you, when Traore came in as the new leader of Burkina Faso, you're just talking about that he needed popularity. Popularity did not win this for Traore. It is the interest. He had to gather a few people. Let me tell you, he had to gather a few men. A few men. They are just a few men. It is like, no. Have you watched the 300? Just he had to gather a few men. He did not need to, because let me tell you, if you look at all the people who are in the military, probably not all of them supported him. But he had to gather the few who are very strong. And those are the ones, because even right now, we know he has to watch his back. How many times has he been tried to be killed right now? Assassinated. I mean, they are trying, but they are failing. You have to gather the few and move on. That we don't need the popularity of the many. No, we just need few who are strong, and then we move on with this thing.
Keita.
And the sheep will say.
Kate, I think you should go back to Coasting to a point, because I think that you don't have the breadth or the depth to argue with me. Because again, you failed. I asked you a very simple question.
No. Did I say I want to become a leader? I did not say that. Mimi hata sijui mbona nimepewa post.
Umesema two things that I want to say that is not correct. Yeah? You're a great guy, but we kama Gen Z again, unaona you're still baking. Number one, to finish your point, you just said that Traore doesn't need the majority to do a coup. When are you joking? Unafikiria ya 82 Kenya ilifail kwa nini? Kwa sababu there was no majority kwa military, hawako on the same side, ndio hiyo kitu imefanyike. Do you understand? Like, you have to have the majority. So Traore has the majority in the military and the majority in the population. So that's why he is where he's at. You cannot. So hiyo kwanza ni out. Number two, nimekuuliza simple question about that a claim that you made that Makaure betrayed the movement, and you umeanza masiasa na mavitu mingi mautabotism. Let me tell you za Raila na sijui nini. No, be succinct in your communication and tell me exactly how you think Makaure saluted the movement. Very basic question. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Keita. These are the skills, and ulikuwa unasema, how can you quantify? Now I'm quantifying it for you. If you, as a Gen Z, cannot answer such a simple and direct question, then you're failing in your leadership or even your civil action movement as a person, as an individual. You, Keita. So you, Keita, need to answer this simple question. You claimed earlier, we're having a discussion now. You claimed earlier that Makaure betrayed you. Umeanza kujibu na suti comes how? Na story yenye nimekuuliza ya betrayal. How? And then you just lump it into these amorphous or ambiguous answer to tunajua tu sell out. Sasa kwa sababu unajua sell out na huwezi kunijibu kitu rahisi kama hiyo, then that's the problem. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to point out, Keita. That one of the basic principles za kuongea ama hata kuconvince watu, you have to be convincing in your communication. You have to. Your language, the way you plan your responses have to be convincing. If people are here right now, and tunapigiwa kura mimi na wewe, bwana nimekupiga kibare nyingine hujaiona, utakuwa unavotu wewe peke yako. Au tu wote wangenipatia kura kwa sababu what I'm saying is more convincing and makes more points. You are telling me ati tulijua tu ni sell out kwa sababu kuna suti. How now? How? Asante sana. Wacha kina Sam pia waongee.
Oh, Keita, you are a fearless leader.
No. Me, I'm not a leader.
Usikatae uongozi.
No. Sam, let us go there. I don't even know why Leol gave me the calls. I think she just wants to, I don't know. She put me on the spotlight, but Sam, don't say I was the leader or whatever. I just said, Makaure, no. That one, no. We already know. No. So, Sam, what was...
Yeah, what I'm saying, every situation who are in a lead to new things are given birth to. For example, ODM was given birth to ile wakati wa yes and no, orange and banana. Those times, I think, ilikuwa ni kitambo sana. Now that you are Gen Z, ilikuwa ni kitambo kiasi kwako. So that is how ODM came into being. So something happened, they won the no, and then ODM was born. And it was a powerful political party leading to 2007. from 2005. Hata hizi party zote zenye tuko nazo, Forum for Restoration of Democracy, there was an event around which they came into existence, including June 25th, 2024. People emerged out of those protestations. Akina Hanifa, we knew them out of that place. So they took advantage of their niche, social media presence, circulating stuff here and there, and people get to connect with them. People got to know them. Makore happened to be a politician who was amongst the people that were protesting. So after the protests, ulikuwa nataka aende wapi sasa? So saa hii kama angekuwa ODM, angekuwa wapi? He's a politician. If you look at him, what he says, his mind, when I listen to him, he has a mind of a politician. And most of the Gen Zs that went to the streets, they had a mind of people that want to be led by clean people, by policies that are pro people and not pro leaders. But then there were others who were politicians. So it happened that Makore was one of them. He stood on the moment and ran with it. So he's a politician. So this actually, let me tell you, June 25th exposed me to people that I never knew. Mimi sikuwa najua akina Hanifa, sikuwa najua akina Bernard, wanaitwa Bernard Kivuli, I don't know anaitwa Kivuli ama nani, and so many other people that have got massive media presence. Anytime they post something, you'll see 1,000, 2,000 within a minute. People are viewed, commenting and all that. So people are born, including Makore, like Mjadala is saying. So including Kita, yourself, now you're here, we are discussing some of these things. So let people learn to lead, listening to what people have to say, convincing people, and moving forward. But a Gen Z cannot be president of Kenya at the moment. That I'm so sure, 100% sure.
Hey. So, what I'm just hearing from you is circulation of the same leaders that we are just having. But there will come a time where we'll do an overhaul. You can dance on the chair right now, Sam. It won't be for long. We do the overhaul will come.
Again, you've misunderstood what we are saying.
I mean, Sam, if you look at the leaders that we're having right now, let us be just reasonable. If you look at the leaders that we're having right now, it's leaders who've been there, but they have never made no change. No change.
Let me say, for example, Keta, tuseme Nairobi, wanasema ni gubernatorial position. Kutakuwa na, God willing, kutakuwa na Sakaja, kutakuwa na Igade kama ata contest, kutakuwa na Babu Wino, if ODM will allow him to contest. So those are people that have prepared themselves for this position. They are not going to come from nowhere. We are not going to have anybody who will come ni wale wa kujaza space tu, kwa hiyo ballot paper ijae hadi huko chini watu wakuwe 50. But we will know, mimi na wewe tutajua who are serious contenders. Like Raila anasemanga, farasi ni wangapi? Ni wawili, ni watatu. We will know. So how do we know these people? Because they have prepared themselves to take up those positions. Kama saa hii, ukiona nani, I keep giving Babu Wino as an example. The gentleman is preparing himself to be a governor of the capital city, to be the governor of the most crucial county in the Republic of Kenya. His eyes are right on that seat, and someday maybe become president. Edwin Sifuna being the Secretary General of ODM, hata kama amekwamilia huko, hata kama sio safi, He's preparing for something. Anybody you see around political offices, they're preparing themselves to take up those positions. So I'm not saying that we recycle bad leaders. We shall be having alternatives, but these alternatives will be people who are preparing themselves now for those positions. Yep.
Wow. Ward Dhako, are you here? Nimeona Ward Dhako amepanda. Okay. Mjadala. So okay. Now you guys have me in a tough position now. Let me just because now
Keita. But I want you to remember what I said in the opening. Remember when you said I should not go drink tea because I'm injecting? I want you to remember that. You remember what I said? I said that even the current crop of leaders are what? Even the current crop of leaders are useless. We have
yes, you did say that.
Good leaders. So when you're saying that we recycle the bad ones, that's not what I'm saying at all. No. I'm saying that the people sitting in leadership right now still have a chance to change. And do you remember when they were being ferried in ambulances, na nini, when they were so afraid, hawako wanaenda church, hawako wanaenda kwa mazishi, hiyo time wakuwe na hiyo pressure ibadilike sawa waanze kufanya Wakenya kazi. That would be the joy and the best outcome of this. Unaelewa? Ya kwamba if contracts come out, they give the best vying company versus kupatia a proxy of their needs, or a proxy of the person who gave them the largest sum of money for the campaign. Do you understand? So until our nation changes to that, we become more of what is the population needing of me as a leader versus what do I in general want to benefit, and my friends like Nova and what am I going to give them, and Jam and Leon. Those are my good friends in this group. Like, I'll just say, you know what? When I become president, first of all, JM will be my vice, and then Leon will be my secretary general, and then I'll have Nova doing something like medicine or something, and then Wodako will just be the one in culture and something, because they're my friends. So that is a problem until I say, you know what, of us who are in this group right now, who is the best primed to be a VP, regardless of what they contributed, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their sex, gender, then I'll be doing the right thing. But Kenya is not there yet. And we need those people despite their age. Do you understand, Keita? This is not a Gen Z need to be in leadership thing. No, it's about good leadership, period. If it's a Gen Z that emerges to be that person, I will give them my kura asubuhi na mapema. If it's an older person who's 78, who's depicting those things, then we'll give them that kura. But it has to be someone who, again, unfortunately, now that is the idealist mindset. But unfortunately, in Kenya, there's some things you have to portray in politics, and I've given you them, Keita. You have to be a charismatic person. Lazima uwe na jokes za mtaa. Unaelewa? Jokes za mtaa, but pia uwe na policy kidogo pale ndani yake. Lazima ujue kupiga hii karata. Unajua, uta collaborate na nani, nini vitu. Those are just the reality of Kenyan politics. But in these spaces, anytime I'm in the mic, I will hold people who want to be leaders accountable. Naulize, unasema hivi, what does this have to do with the populace that you're going to represent? Anyway, I have to go. I have a meeting at the top of the hour. Asante sana Keita, na hiyo dawa imekutosha for now. Do kula mpaka nirudi tena uone daktari. Tutaongea siku nyingine panapo majaliwa. Bye bye.
Yeah. Nice seeing you around, Mjadala, till we meet again. All right. Hey, Ward Dhako, I still have a bone to pick with you. So please pick up the mic. Don't run away, Murise. Come on. Yeah, just one or two words, and then we level this. Because I saw you agreeing with the sentiments of Sam. No, was it? Was of Sam mostly. So can you come here and usiogope mic? So now, first of all, I think I agree with Sam. I don't know. He's left without giving a parting shot. I think I'm a talker. But I agree with Sam. These are, and also Mjadala. I mean, this thing has, I've never been on political spaces mostly, but this being one of the few times, I think, hey, we are not going to recycle the same leaders, but let's see how the next turnout will turn out. Because even us as a Gen Z, even though we claim we are leaderless, we are trying to look for new leaders. So let's see how this thing will pan out, and then probably 2020. Hiyo kitu man, it's like trauma, reliving trauma. Because ukiangalia the next ballot, not very few many leaders will come in na wenye watachaguliwa. Na mnasikia hata even when they were saying Omkia Omtata should be the on that presidential seat, aliambiwa tafute pesa. Now where do we stand? So such questions are very difficult. Leo, thank you for having me on your political space. Lord have mercy. I'm never easily vitu mpya
Thank
mpya
you
mpya.
for hosting Twitter, by the way. I have to end
Yeah.
this now. Ilale.
Oh, okay. You have a good night, Justice, do you have any last words before we finish the space?
Justice
Oh no.
Ashalala.
Oh, okay. Justice Ashalala. Now I see Honorable Nick Morgan here. Let me just give a shout out for the people here. Nick, Wodako, Nova, Justo, Kim, Kenya, and Paul, and Justice. Thank you for being on the space. And one other listener, thank you for being on the space. Our host, thank you for hosting us. Until we meet again, adios, Pompeii.